Hello, everyone. I hope you're having a fantastic Monday, the first Monday of January in 2021. Different topic. This is the heavy type of the season where we're starting to talk about taxes. So we got Christmas in and out the way. We got um, New Year's out of the way. So we're gonna start to talk about taxes a little bit. All right, we're going to be talking about refund advance loans. I titled this the Horrible Truth, and I think a lot of people have a misconception when it comes to refund advance loans or refund advance checks or RALs or RACs, as they're often called in the industry. And a lot of people aren't going to really give you the truth. So I'd like to take the time today, if you're willing to listen, to be able to kind of explain why refund advance loans or refund advance checks are probably not the best thing. So let me play out a scenario for you, and I'm not going to take too much of you guys' time, but definitely give a like if you're watching this on the live or the replay. Let me know where you're tuning in from. Give us a comment or a share. But I want to play a scenario. You have individuals, right? And if this is you, I'm not trying to offend. I'm not trying to step on anybody's toes. But I want to play out a scenario for you. You have an individual such as myself, okay? Every year, every year during tax season, it's January 4th. My tax preparer or my tax professional is telling me, hey, it's time to get your taxes done again. You know, you're about to get the big refund. Let's go ahead and get you some extra money before we can file your refund. Because if you know anything about filing a refund, the e-file system doesn't even open up until the end of January. So we technically can't file anything right now. All we can do is make preparations, do an estimation of a refund, and then use that to be able to determine what a person can get loaned in terms of the refund. So there's different calculations depending on how much money you make. You can get $2,000, you can get $1,000, you can get $5,000. It depends on how much your refund is going to be. So I'm going to my professional, and every year I'm getting a tax refund advance. I'm getting a tax refund loan, refund advance loan, and all that simply does is continue to keep me in a certain level of systemic poverty, if you think about it. Why? Because every tax year, I have to reach out to my professional who's supposed to be giving me good tax advice. You know, if you have a good tax preparer, they should be able to give you good sound financial advice as well, right? But they're supposed to be giving me good tax advice. But what they're doing is they're hooking me in every single year on a refund loan of the money that I'm going to get. Now, the reason they call it a loan, because most people don't have to pay it back in that sense. It comes from their refund. If there was a clerical error and you did not get the refund amount that you were set to get, but it was using a calculation to determine what your loan money is, you would be responsible for paying that back. That's why they call it a refund advance loan. Based off of what your refund is supposed to be, per this information, per whatever your preparer put in, we're going to give you a loan or an advance on some of that money. And then when your refund comes, we'll pay ourselves. But what's often not talked about is there is a horrible fee attached to refund advance checks and refund advance loans. So I pulled up this article from ncconsumer.org, and they kind of talk a little bit about what I'm referring to. It says, why should you avoid tax refund advances? Tax refund advances provide taxpayers who are strapped for cash with extra money to get by until they get the refunds. While getting a tax refund advance may sound tempting, these loans are really almost like payday loans for tax returns. You should avoid them whenever possible. The fees on these loans are usually outrageously high, and the interest charge is often 3 times the amount that it would be for a traditional loan. The full amount has to be repaid, just like with any other loan, even if your refund is less than anticipated or ends up being no refund at all. So it goes on to another subject here. And it says, companies prey on low-income consumers. And before I read what it says, I like to kind of expound on that. I feel like a lot of people especially the lower income. You know, they got a couple kids, they got a couple dependents. You know, they don't have necessarily a lot of income. Tax professionals in this industry are starting. They've been preying on the lower income people. Why do I say that? Why can I, literally come out there and justify that online? Well, as simply as this: if I've got 150 individuals who are low income, that every year I'm helping them get a refund advance, they're gonna need me every single year. And what I can do, which I'm not morally, ethically allowed to do, but what I can do is I can bump up my tax preparation fee to account a little bit, justifiably almost so, for the fact that we got to do this extra work. And I say that because most refund advance loans for the tax preparer usually either cost them money or they put the fee on the actual, they put the fee in terms of the setup on the actual taxpayer. So that's guaranteed money for me. Why? Because they got to come back every year to get this refund advance loan because they're hurting financially. What good is it that I'm getting some extra income. I'm getting some solid income off of the backs of people who desperately need their refunds. It doesn't sound so good when you phrase it like that, does it? I'm gaining off of the backs of people who desperately need refunds. So I'm going to get them in a refund loan situation so they can get their money up front, but they're going to have to pay a significant interest rate of a fee just to get money that's already due to them early. I feel like, if you have a tax preparer, and I see the post already on my news feed, I see the post already where people are advertising, hey, get your $6,000 refund advance, get your $3,000. If you got 2 kids, you can get $4,000. If you got 2 kids, you can get 5. Well, let me read you what this article says. Companies prey on low-income consumers. Payday lenders prey on people with low incomes and who are most likely to actually need the extra cash flow. Because in their circumstances, these consumers might not know why they should avoid these loans. They end up jumping into the process without knowing the true cost, which is why they end up paying some of the highest fees and interest charges. To make matters worse, some of these lenders go out of their way to make themselves seem to be affiliated with or endorsed by the federal government. So you have a situation where every year, and I like to call it a little bit of systemic poverty, right? Because as a tax professional, and I see other tax professionals doing it, they're focused, they're lasered in on getting the people who are low income, who are guaranteed to get higher refunds. And they make a solid living off of that. Guys, I'm telling you, you got some of these folks making 40, 50, 60 grand in a tax season based off of their marketing to lower income. And the more that they can get someone to get a refund advance every single year, it's solid income for them, but it's not helping the individual. So I urge you, look at the cost, the true cost, the fees. You got some of these fees at 30, 40, 50% for the loan that the taxpayer is going to be paying out. That's money that should be back in their household. So I urge you, you got to partner with a practice. You got to partner with someone who's got some ethics, who's got the right mentality, that wants to really help you financially. Look, if you're due to get a refund every year, it is what it is. I recommend adjusting withholding so that you can keep your money throughout the year. And then any refund that you're due is more like a tax fund, only coming from the refundable credits. But you gotta really look, you gotta question, you gotta really look at who you're partnering with. If they're luring you in every single tax season with a refund advance check or a refund advance loan, and they're not giving you any other level of education, whether it be finances, how to budget, how to get yourself in a situation where you don't have to apply for a refund advance in January on a refund that you're about to get in February. These are some of the tricks and tools of the common tax professional. I see it. People got the nice flyers, they got the nice banners. It looks great, it looks tempting. It looks great and it looks tempting. And if you're in that situation where you need a refund advance every year, I'm not knocking you. What I'm saying is you got to partner with somebody who can help you fix that so you're not dependent on it every year. You got professionals in this industry who are making a lot of good money, full-time income, just off of the fact that they cater to the lower income. They cater to the people who are going to get the higher refunds. And all they're doing really systemically annually is getting them into a loan with a 35, 40, 50, 60% interest rate attached to it that they would never even apply for themselves. They're getting them into a loan they would never even apply for themselves. So, I mean, this is the horrible truth. Like, you have a whole group of tax professionals in the tax industry who simply rely on 100, 150, 200 people who are low income, guaranteed to get a refund. We're going to put them in a refund advance loan. We're going to get them a refund advance check. It doesn't matter that they're going to pay an interest rate, an interest fee of 35 to 50 to 70%. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter that every year they got to come to me, they got to rely on me, they have to depend on me. I want to go make that money. And I call it, a person who's in that situation, they're all about making the money. They're not all about helping the taxpayer. They're not all about helping the individual. Now, I get it. Everybody's got to want to help themselves. I get that. Don't get me wrong. So this is a specific reason that, my wife and I, who's my partner, we chose not to do refund advance loans. Yeah, we knew we were going to be missing out a huge share of the market. But our goal is to educate. Our goal is to educate and uplift, raise people's standards so they can start doing better, start building some wealth. And the fact of the matter is, anybody who relies on a refund advance every single year is not in a position to build wealth. They have to get a new perspective. But if their tax professional is selling them every single year, come and get your $6,000, come and get your $4,000. You got 2 kids, you got 1 kid, come and get your 2. These are the tools of a common tax professional. And your money has value. If they're raising your fee beyond what it should be for a simple return, if you're paying $200 plus for a simple tax return, you need to do some research and find somebody else. We don't charge nearly that much for a simple return. We don't charge nearly that much. If you're paying extra money to have the fee done for you, if you're paying extra money because you get a big refund, and your tax preparer says, well, hey, since I got you $10,000, I think it's fair that you pay me $750. I think it's fair that you pay me $1,000. That is legally and morally unethical per the IRS guidelines. How do I know this? Because I have to take an ethics class, both myself and my partner, every single year. And they always talk about how you cannot jack up your fees. A tax preparer cannot charge you a percentage of your refund. It has to be a flat fee that they set every year that is literally publicized that they cannot go back on and change. My name is James Hall. I'm the co-owner of JNC Financial Services, LLC, based out of Fallen Waters, West Virginia. We're looking for people who are attracted to what we're putting out. We're putting out education. We want to see people winning. We want to see people lowering their taxes. We want to see people leveraging their refund if they're going to get one to better their finances and start thriving instead of just surviving. Our website is below, www.jcfinancialservellc.com. Reach out to us. Let's see if we're a good fit. Let's see if we're a good partnership. You guys have a blessed one. Give us a like. Give us a share. You have a blessed rest of your Monday.